Hello everyone, and a very good evening to you all from Barcelona. My name is Joseph. I am the English teacher. If you'd like to know more about me, you can learn so at www.teacherjoseph.com. I try to do a weekly vodcast, sometimes daily, although I'm not always successful. As you might know, I'm in the process of moving. Right now I live in Barcelona in Spain, and I've been here for a number of years. I'll be moving back to my home country for a while, which is Scotland. I don't know quite how long I'll be there for, but I'm looking forward to the nice, cold weather. And I'll just be in time for winter. I think in English that's what we call sarcasm. It's when we say something which we don't really mean. Some people call it irony, but I think there I was just being a little bit sarcastic. Well, in Scotland, in all of the UK, in October and in April, we adjust our clocks. We put our clocks back by 1 hour and forward by 1 hour twice a year. I'm not really quite sure why we do this. All I can really tell you is if we don't do it, it has a lot of consequences. The biggest consequence it has is that in the northern part of the UK, Scotland, it wouldn't get any daylight until 11 a.m. For security and safety reasons, particularly children going to school, we like to adjust our clocks. But every time we do this, there's always a big debate, should we or shouldn't we? Of course, London doesn't care because it doesn't affect them, but it does affect Scotland, and if they try to stop doing it, Scotland would possibly end up in a different time zone. There was one year that we didn't do it back in the 60s, and it wasn't very pleasant. I'm not old enough to remember it, of course, I am a child of the 70s, but my parents assured me that it was a bit strange. Well, the clock will change again, I think sometime around Halloween, which is the 31st of October. Now, I can't remember exactly what date it is, but I can tell you it's usually on a Saturday evening at around 2 a.m. Well, when I say Saturday evening, I really mean Sunday morning at around 2 a.m. Because we have so many electronic gadgets now, we don't really have to worry about changing the clocks because everything does it, and we don't always notice that even we had to do it. So that's the next big event that's coming up in October. Well, for me, I'm busy packing my things, and tomorrow I have to move my piano. Moving the piano is not something I've been looking forward to. In fact, it's probably the one task that I really, really don't like doing. I've been very lucky to live in different countries throughout the world, and with me has been a piano. And now it's time for the piano to move again. So tomorrow is the big day when my piano will move. It's going tomorrow, which is 20 days ahead of me, because I will fly back to Scotland on the 29th of September. For those of you who have regular lessons with me, you'll see that I won't be working on the week after the 29th of September, and that's because I need to take some time off to find a new apartment, to sort out my Wi-Fi connection, and of course to buy a microwave. Without a microwave and Wi-Fi, really I'm nothing. So what you can look forward to is new video clips. You can see all kinds of new video clips from my new home in Scotland whenever I get it. So perhaps there will be more video clips in the dark if it's going to be dark days. Speaking of dark days, that just reminds me of a wonderful Brazilian soap opera I used to watch on British TV. It was called Dancing Days. I don't know if you remember Dancing Days, but if you don't, I'm sure you'll find it on YouTube. For its time, Dancing Days was quite an adventurous drama, a soap opera, a serial. It had a lovely theme tune, and it tackled some very big issues, which usually in Latin America are not touched. Issues such as sexuality, or maybe issues concerning other moral things. It was a show ahead of its time, and I loved it. If you know Dancing Days, please do drop me a line, drop me a note, and say hello, and let me know. Another thing which I'm missing on British television right now is Gaelic. For those of you who know me, I really enjoy Gaelic, which is one of our indigenous languages in the UK. Yes, it's true, we don't all speak English. Well, we do all speak English. Well, actually, with the current rate of immigration, no, we don't all speak English. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job. But we do have certain indigenous languages which people speak as well as English, and Gaelic is one of them. Gaelic is a language spoken in Ireland and Scotland, and there's also a version of it spoken on the Isle of Man and Wales. If you want to know more about Gaelic, you can visit the BBC website, which is bbcnews.com/alapa, A-L-B-A. And yes, there are quite a lot of people who still speak Gaelic, especially in Canada, where many Scottish people went many years ago. And the expats, as they're called, always keep a language alive. An expat is someone who has moved countries. They're called expatriates because they're outside of their own country. Well, I'm looking forward to going home, and I'm especially looking forward to having some nice food. Everyone always tells me, oh, Spanish food is beautiful, Spanish food is delicious, but I'll let you know a secret. I don't like it very much. I don't know why they think it's so special. Maybe everything is special if you wash it down with a bottle of wine. I don't know, I've never been able to taste anything which is particularly good. I think the only difference is they actually take time to enjoy it. They can take hours to cook a nice meal and then eat it. Whereas in the UK, we don't really care about food. We prefer just to work. Food is not a big deal for us. And why? Because we're not a very social country. In Spain, eating is something which people do together with their friends and family. In the UK, it's just something we do because we are hungry, not because it's a celebration. It's very interesting. I think part of it is because of Christianity. Meals with Jesus, the meals of Jesus, and indeed eating with friends and family is a very religious experience. If you've ever been lucky enough to have Islamic hospitality, you'll know that food is a very big thing for Muslims as well. Muslims love food and they love sharing. It's a very beautiful thing. And I spent many lovely days and nights with my Muslim friends and in different parts of the world, simply eating and enjoying. We've kind of lost that in the UK. Some religious people still do it, but we don't really eat with anyone because we don't really have a community. But you know, eating with friends is very, very important. And maybe, I don't know, but maybe in your country it's still very important too. Well, that's really all I want to say today. I just wanted to give you a quick update and to say hello. About my teaching practice, well, this week I've really been going over once again the gerund, and I've had some new students asking me to help them with accent reduction and voice coaching, which is wonderful. In preparation for my move, I have all kinds of extra hours in at the moment. So if you need lessons, now is a very good time to catch me in italki or privately. It would be very nice to hear from you. Kindly do not comment on the video because I don't see the comments, but you're welcome to drop me a note. mctaggartjoseph7@gmail.com, or you can contact me through my social media. My blog at teacherjoseph.com is very active, so is my Facebook and my Twitter, and I also have a separate Facebook which is a personal account if you'd like to get to know other things that I'm doing, as well as my other personal blogs. Thank you for continuing to support me in these blogs. It's very nice to have you all here. I don't hear from many of you, but I do know that you're watching because I see the figures and I'm very grateful. So thank you, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. So this is Joseph from Barcelona saying a very, very peaceful and good night to you. Bye bye.